Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I would like to discuss ideas. Because some ideas don't disappear, they stick. They follow you around for days, sometimes for weeks and even years. And when that happens, the question becomes, what do you do with it? Do you ignore it or do you follow it to see where it leads? Many of the most memorable stories ever written began with a single image, just an idea. For C.S. Lewis, it was a fawn walking through a snowy forest. For Tolkien, it was one sentence written while grading papers. We all know the famous, "In the hole in the ground there lived a hobbit." For J.K. Rowling, it was an idea uh, that came during a delayed train ride of a student getting on a train to go to a school of wizardry. These were just ideas that stayed. And this is how I got my idea for the screenplay I wrote titled Before the Prom. At the time, I had read several books on screenwriting out of curiosity. I had even taken a course through Cambridge, an online course. And I had been on a film set once. I played what I like to call the interrupting nurse. I had a couple of lines, but I quickly realized something. Acting wasn't for me. Repeating the same scene 8 times? No. I prefer things done well and quickly. Clint Eastwood style. One take, that's it. But that experience gave me something unexpected, a real interest in screenwriting. So when that idea came, I decided to follow it. I started simple. I took a notebook and dedicated it to this project only. And this is the notebook. A simple notebook full of text, notes, scribbles. Inside, I wrote everything that came to my mind related to that idea. Themes, scenes, ideas, characters. Each character had their own page, where I wrote the names, the ages, some details. Everything went in that notebook. It's not pretty. It's not something I show people because it's really, really messy. Some pages even are falling. But it didn't need to be pretty or organized because creation doesn't come fully formed. Even the best ideas need time. They need structures, they need refinement. And when the idea became clearer, I moved to the next step, the logline. What's a logline? I used the Save the Cat method for the beginning of the writing process. The logline is a single sentence that captures the entire story. Who the story is for, the audience. What is at stake, the struggle. Who is the main character or characters? What is the conflict? Who are the antagonists? Everything has to enter in that one sentence. And once you have your logline, Blake Snyder recommends that you test market it, which I did. What does it mean to test market a logline? Well, I share with you my experience. One day, I was sitting alone at a restaurant. It was lunchtime, and I started writing my logline on the paper tablecloth. When the waitress came by, I asked, "Can I read this to you?" She listened. She was interested but not excited, and that told me everything I needed to know. That logline, that wasn't ready yet. That story was not a story yet. So I wrote on that tablecloth, and when I left, the whole table was covered with ideas, sentences that would make sense to no one except me. So over time, I refined it. Again and again, I worked on the title. I even searched online to make sure it was not already taken. And little by little, the idea for Before the Prom became clearer. After a few weeks, I had something solid. I had a log line, a title, and the beginning of a real project. So here is what I learned. Write your ideas down and let them sit. Use one notebook per project. Check if your title already exists. The original title already existed, so I had to find another one. The last thing you want is to replicate someone else's title. Other idea, read your ideas out loud and observe reactions of the people who are listening to you. Record yourself reading and listen. Does that flow? Does it sound choppy? But most importantly, never dismiss an idea. Because an idea is like a thread. If you begin pulling it, you never know what might come next. So if you're working on a story of your own, I would like to hear about it. And if you want to follow the journey of my film Before the Prom, make sure to subscribe. Next, I will explain to you how I created the characters that are in my movie Before the Prom. Thank you for watching. Bye.